When it comes to vacation rentals at Deep Creek Lake, not all properties perform the same, and a lot of that comes down to design, layout, and the overall experience being offered. I work with buyers and sellers every day, and I can tell you that it isn't just about owning property in a great location. It's about how that property functions as a rental. So today, I'm walking you through some of the most common reasons that vacation rentals underperform, and what separates the ones that stay booked year after year from the ones that struggle. So let's dive in. The first thing you should do if you're looking around the lake area is make sure that if the home isn't already an established rental, you get the county TVRU office out to do an inspection. They do them for free, and you want to make sure that all the considerations like egress, closets, parking, and more are going to be enough to rent as the number of bedrooms on the listing. So if you're looking at purchasing a 5-bed house, but 2 of the bedrooms have something like windows that are too small, it might only be able to be rented as a 3-bedroom. Septic can also limit this number too. So if the septic is only rated for a 3-bedroom, but there are 5 beds, you're in the same spot. Number of bedrooms makes a huge difference on the rental market, so that's definitely something to stay on top of. Next up on the order of operations beyond bedrooms is bathrooms. Properties without enough bathrooms, and especially en-suites, do tend to underperform. When groups are traveling together, whether it's families or friends, privacy matters more than people expect. If guests feel like they're constantly sharing a space or waiting their turn, it impacts their experience, and ultimately your reviews. Homes that offer a bathroom for each bedroom, or at least a well-balanced layout, tend to book more consistently and attract larger groups. Next is entertainment, and this is a big one. A lot of properties rely too heavily on the idea that guests will just go to the lake or the slopes all day long. But it's also important to consider additional activities for downtime or rainy days. So if there's nothing to do at the house, guests will notice. Properties without a game room, outdoor games, or thoughtful entertainment options often do struggle with repeat bookings. Renters are looking for something beyond what they already have at home. So if your property doesn't offer that, it can feel a little bit underwhelming sometimes. You can consider adding a pool table, an arcade game, or a fire pit. And then if there's one big thing at Deep Creek, it's hot tubs. If a property doesn't have one, it's at a serious disadvantage. Whether it's après-ski in the winter or relaxing under the stars in the summer, it's become more of an expectation than a luxury here. Homes without a hot tub do tend to get skipped over. Another major factor is how well a property uses its setting. Deep Creek Lake is all about the environment, whether that's lake views, mountain views, or a quiet wooded backdrop. Properties that don't highlight their surroundings miss a huge opportunity. If seating isn't oriented towards the view, or if outdoor spaces feel like an afterthought, guests won't get to feel that connection to the Deep Creek Lake location that they came for. Inside the home, outdated finishes and clutter can also hold a property back. Renters today are looking for clean, modern, and comfortable spaces. If a home feels overly personal, crowded, or hasn't been updated recently, it can struggle to compete, especially in photos. And as we know, photos are everything when it comes to booking. The most successful rentals strike a balance between cozy and elevated, with a style that feels intentional but not overdone. Another increasingly important factor is Wi-Fi. This is something that didn't matter as much years ago, but now it absolutely does. Guests are working remotely, streaming, managing school schedules, you name it. If the internet is unreliable, it will show up in reviews and it can hurt your future bookings. One of the top 10 searches in Deep Creek Lake for rentals are pet-friendly properties. And of course, there are upsides and downsides to opening up to pets. But considering opening your home up to pets, if you're trying to boost numbers, can make a difference. And last up is something new that we've been seeing, which is that guests are looking for more wellness experiences on their vacations. Properties with gym areas, saunas, cold plunges, or other higher end amenities are a big draw for renters, and they will love to come back for that experience. Pools can also be a big draw for renters, especially with kids, or even neighborhoods with pools like Deep Creek Highlands. But this extra addition for adults specifically can be a great investment. At the end of the day, the rentals that don't perform might just be missing key elements that today's renters are expecting. The ones that succeed are the ones that combine functionality, comfort, and experience in a way that feels effortless for the guest. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name's Elizabeth Ware and I'm with Really Realty. If you're thinking about buying or selling in the Deep Creek Lake area, reach out. I would love to help. Make sure to like and subscribe to follow along for more Deep Creek Lake lifestyle and real estate content, and I will see you in the next one.